guys, you're welcome back. You are welcome back. I hope this one looks great, and I hope that we won't encounter any more problems like we have been going through. Yes, yeah, everything seems to be working perfectly well. Let me see. Yes, everything seems to be working perfectly well now. Okay, let's wait for some of you to join me. So in the meantime, let's do this. Okay, guys. I'll see you at the other end. Hi guys, you are welcome back. Yes, I think I picked up your comment, Jacob, Stephen. Yes, I picked your comment. Mr. Frank, please let your system capture your voice rather than using camera to capture your voice. Apparently, the system is capturing my voice and not the camera. I think right now we should be okay. I think the problem was buffering, and I've actually reduced the bit rate at the moment because I think that bit rate was set to Facebook, but YouTube streamed at a much more lower bit rate. Yes, I can see YouTube still saying it, but I think that was due to the fact that I was that um, interlude caused that to go a little bit higher. Yes, I can see the sound is still breaking. Wow, the sound is still breaking. Let me see. I have to test it from here. Yes, I can. Yes, yes, I can see that it is breaking. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, let's use the default and let us see if this will eliminate the problem. Let me use the default. Yes. Yeah, I think it's eliminated the problem. Yes. Yeah, it's eliminated it. Yes. So that was the yes. Okay. Now let's enjoy the stream. I think I knew that that was the problem. So now I've yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've just done that. Okay, now, guys, you see, thank you for that. What I did was I was capturing the wrong mic from the system. So now that it's done, good, good, good. Now that we are back, now let's go into it because where we left off, I'm not going to go into some of the stuff that we had already discussed. We won't go into that. I'm going to pick it up from where we stopped. And where we stopped, I'll tell you, because we were basically, let me check what's going on at the back end here. Okay, yes. That is going to correct itself automatically, as I think. All right. Now, we were talking about that alpha beta and the fact that the world is run in symbols and in code. So because it is run in symbols and in code, I went through how that Wakbara Michael Ogumola Michael Ogumola, Tunde Badejo, all cronies, all of them are cronies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and all these lots colluded to milk Lagos State government through taxation. There's a lot. There is a lot. Remember, Dakwakbara had 30% stake. Dakwakbara had 30% stake in Alpha Beta. Michael Ogumola had a trading name. See, Alpha Beta, a consulting firm to Lagos State government to collect taxes. So inside a consulting firm, other people registered their own consulting firm to which they then own shares. I'll tell you how much they milked Lagos State. I'll tell you, because the figure is already in public domain. Michael Ogumola owns Mono Consulting. He owns 40%. So 30 from Dakwakbara, and then 40 from Michael Ogumola, 70%. Tunde Badejo had Ibo or Ebo Consult. He owns 15%. 30 plus 40 plus 15, 85. And again, Tunde Badejo equally own another consulting group called Integraph Services. So the remaining 50%, 15% goes to Integraph. So altogether, Tunde Badejo owns 30%, 15 each allocated to Ibo Consult and Integraph Service. Dakwakbara straight 30. Michael Ogumola straight 40. So 30 plus 40 plus 15 plus 15. 30 from Dakwakbara, 40 from Michael Ogumola, and the remaining 30% split between Tunde Badejo's Ibo Consult and Integraph Services. 100%. Now, the catch here is that Dakwakbara, like before the strip went the other way, that you were complaining about my voice, accused Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 1, 2, the former commissioner for finance in Lagos State, Akin Doherty, of money laundering, fraud, tax evasion, and sundry corrupt practices. So, what many people don't know is that Alpha Beta, Alpha Beta, I'm not too sure if this audio is working, but let me check it to make sure that it is working. Okay, I cannot hear myself, so I might have to use that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see this one, if this one will do it. Yeah. Now, I'm going to change it because, see, what many people don't realize is this. This fraud has been perpetrated and it has been perfected since the year 2000. Yes, I know. That was why I tried it. Anytime I bring in pictures, you get that. So I will have to sort that bit too out. You see, could this mean or could this be? You remember when Bola Ahmed Tinubu starting to have problems as governor of Lagos State in the year 2000 with his deputy governor as at that time, Kuvorola Akerele Bokno. Could this be one of the reasons Kuvorola Akerele Bokno was putting up a fight to get rid of Bola Ahmed Tinubu because she could smell that Bola Tinubu was perfecting plans to make himself the super landlord of Lagos? Could this be? Many people seem to forget the fracas between Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the year 2000 and his deputy Kuvorola Akerele Bokno, to which I had salvaged him through Benga Shafa and Dele Alake, his commissioner. So that means there were other secrets going on the ground that was not physical as at that time. So, see, Akin Dohati and Dakwapara, and at the same time, Michael Ogumola presented that business module to Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he was governor of Lagos. It was a business model. And that business module of Alpha Beta was a clever way of how the Dakwapara, Michael Ogumola, and Akin Dohati could make money out of nothing. Yes. I'm not lying, I said, you ain't saying nothing yet. There's a lot coming. A lot is on the way. A lot is on the way. See, I'm opening up your eyes to begin to look back at what has been playing in your face. So, see, let me point it clear, because that war, Akbara, was the main man, the main brain behind Alpha Beta. Alpha Beta, the registered consultancy firm that Lagos State government gave the contract of Lagos State to collect taxes. See, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not picture in the scenario because he was not part of the shareholders with stakes in the partnership agreement. But Dakwabara, Michael Ogumola, and Aki Dohati, they were all involved. The going was good amongst them as at that time because it was a business model. Don't forget that Barbara, like I told you, is a chartered accountant and he knows about money. See, let us look at the British model because our legal system, our law, our engineering, our education, and our system of taxation is based on the British model. Perhaps with a little bit of twist, and that is why you've got some of the top accounting firms in England and Wales maintaining offices in Nigeria because there are British companies in Nigeria such as Nestle, Cadbury's, and many more, Unilever operating. The tax laws might be a little bit different, but the case, because that Barbara is the one that has now taken Alpha Beta to court. It's taking them to court. The court in Lagos has received the papers. I have the suit number to which it is no longer secret. It is no longer secret. But in the summons, Akpala claimed that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Alpha Beta reneged. Did you hear that word? Reneged. Remeged. Reneged. For those, let me break the use of that word a little bit down for you. Reneged, in other words, means disown. So, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Alpha Beta Consulting disowned certain agreements reached in the past about the management and guess what? Control of the consulting firm, Alpha Beta. Jocelyn is saying again that my audio is not. You're saying again that my audio is not stable. Let me see. Okay, I think that changed itself automatically again. I don't know why it did that. I'm going to test it with the mic now to see. Let me test it now, Jocelyn, with the mic. Let me test it with the mic and then see. Yeah, it is better now. Yes. Maybe I should just leave the audio on and then see. But I don't really want to be hearing myself back. So let me see if you can hear me uh, properly. Maybe I should just put it on for a while, and the moment it is better. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I can pick that. Yeah, so we will go into it. So it's getting hotter and hotter. A lot of you want the gist. You guys seriously want the gist. The gist is plenty. The gist is serious. It's not an easy gist. Yeah. Let's go back into it. See, in the summons, that was where we left off. In the summons, certain agreements were reneged, were disowned in the past agreement that they signed. That agreement that they signed, yeah. Because in the management structure, Dakwakbara has been thrown aside and they've taken control. You see, others, they've taken control of the management structure inside Alpha Beta. I should add volume. Yes, I think I'm right at the very, very top end of it. What about now? Yeah, I think I'm right at the very top end of the volume, Jocelyn. Yeah, I think so. Let me try it again. No, because I'm actually using that one. Unless and otherwise, I try this from the, unless I try this from here. No, I can see that it is still cracking again. It is cracking again, and I don't really want that. Yeah, I think it is better now. Yeah, I think it's better now. But you're complaining the volume is a bit low. Yeah. Let me go into the properties and see if I can adjust. Yeah, I know that. Well, guys, let's not truncate this beautiful expose. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Now, control. Control is the substance. The other partners inside Alpha Beta Consulting, it's like they want to push aside Dakwapara with his 30% stake inside Alpha Beta. Now, can it mean that because Dakwapara was Alpha Beta and the business module was based on his own brain, that was why Dakwapara negotiated for a 30% stake inside Alpha Beta with his money, and that the remaining 70% of Alpha Beta, Bola Ahmed Tinubu then front Michael Ogumola, and at the same time Tunde Badejo for the remaining bits, to which he provided everything, and behind closed doors Bola Ahmed Tinubu was calling the shots because he owned the 70% stake in Alpha Beta. But the 70% stake of Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot be traced to him, but it will be traced to both Michael Ogumola and Tunde Badejo. Clever. 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 That's not all. Dakwapara also claimed that the company Alpha Beta was being used for massive corruption purposes, including tax evasion, bribery of government officials, and diversion of funds. And last but not least, money laundering. Guys, we're talking about sums involving 150 billion naira. That was the total amount of the suit that Dakwapara wants the court to look into. The summons, like I said, there's a reference for the summons because it's already in public domain. Make no mistakes. It is in public domain. And because it is in public domain, hang on guys, I think I know what is happening. I think the NDI source, oh, it's not running. I've not got the NDI source running. Yeah, so it's about 40 pages, the summons. 40 pages in total, and it was issued by Dakwapara's lawyer. The name of his lawyer is Tade Ipadiola in Lagos. You guys are enjoying it. Here is another catch, and I want you to please lend me your ears. Details of the claim that Dakwapara is putting up in the law court include: 1, This is an order compelling an account of all sums due to Dakwapara from 2010 to date. Dakwapara wants the court, through an order of injunction, to compel Alpha Beta to pay him money that was due to him from 2010 to date. See, here in the UK, let's look at it this way. It's like it's like Her Majesty's Inspector of Taxes should say they want to outsource the collection of Her Majesty's taxes to an outside consultant. So, where are the civil servants and all the chartered accountants and everyone working at the Federal Inland Revenue, at the Her Majesty's tax office, revenue service? You see the fraud? So, why can't, you see, what we should have looked into, why can't Dakpo Akpara suggested another module to which Lagos State government can collect their own taxes directly and employ qualified people to administer the taxation, train, and then administer their own taxation. See, if Dakpo Akpara was not fraudulent, he wouldn't have come up with that module. If he wasn't fraudulent, that business module should never have seen the light of the day. If the incumbent governor, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as at that time was not fraudulent, he must have approved that consulting firm to take over the tax affairs of Lagos State. They know exactly what they were playing at as at that time, and now katakata don't bust, and now their nyash is now being exposed outside. See, I don't feel sorry for Dakpo Akpara either, because to me, he was equally guilty, and the court should question him as well further. Had Alpha Beta not taken that plunge to sideline him through the others, if everything perhaps was going smoothly, Dakpo Akpara's mouth will be sealed, zipped. Thank you, Ushatola. So here we've got an order compelling an account of all sums due to him from 2010 to date. That was number one. Number two. An order tracing all funds and assets due to him from the inception of the company, Alpha Beta, to date. So, he wants the court to grant an order to trace all the funds, all the taxes that they've collected from 2000 when Alpha Beta was incorporated as a consulting firm, when Bola Tinubu was governor, to trace all the funds and assets due to him from inception. So this was all about me, in the case of Dapo Akpara, and not the state or the welfare of the people. Me. Greed and the love of money. Me. So he wants everything from that period to date. 3, the third one, an order of specific performance of certain clauses of the partnership agreement that created the company Alpha Beta by what? Extant partners. Extant. E-X-T-A-N-T. Extant. An order of specific performance of certain clauses. So, you see, before the three of them came together, because you know there are 3 types of businesses. You can either trade as a sole trader. 2, limited liability. And then 3, public limited company, to which you will float stocks on the stock exchange. There are clear distinctions. So now, partnership, there is sole trader, partnership, limited liability, and then public limited company. 4, partnership, you need partnership agreement. Your agreement will state many things. In your operations, it will state the number of shares and everything. It will state if a partner dies, what happened to his shares. It will state in case a partner wants to quit, means of how they can settle. It will state in case a partner has got more money and he wants to buy out of the other partnership. It will state if somebody else within the partnership agreement wants to push somebody else out completely and then take over his own shares. Nasty area. Nasty. So he wants an order of specific performance of certain clauses of the partnership agreement that created the company Alpha Beta by extant partners. What does extant means in law? That word, extant. What does it mean in law? Extant, E-X-T-A-N-T. What does it mean? Extant, for your information, simply describes something that still exists now, or something that is surviving. Extant, that was a legal term. Extant. So that means Alpha Beta is currently existing and still trading and surviving. Not that it has been dissolved. The partnership has not been dissolved. There's a clear distinction between when partners decide to dissolve their partnership and the organization. You see, so that Bakbara, in my own opinion, is now ready to milk Alpha Beta, because Alpha Beta exists and it is surviving as an entity of its own until an act of parliament is passed to stop it from operation. But there was no such act. So that was why that word extant was used in that order. Guys, in the very first show, that was not very clear, to which most of you were complaining. There is a sister of ours, not northerner, but a southerner. I won't reveal exactly that part of southern Nigeria that our sister comes from, but the circumstances and exactly the fraud inside Alpha Beta that is currently driving a lot of people away from that hopeless contraption called Location 9 drove this our southern sister to the United Arab Emirates, UAE. She's been living in the UAE for some time, and she is in desperate need of our help for her to regularize her stay. She's been regularizing her stay since she has been in UAE, but the lockdown and COVID now makes things extremely hard because there are no jobs, and she's only surviving by the grace of God Almighty. She wants to extend her visa for 2 years, and I'm appealing to good-hearted people across the whole world, many of you, to please help and let's together raise funds. She is in need of, at least at the top of my head, £2,500 in sterling for her to get her 2 years legal resident visa so that she can continue. Let's help her. This same case was raised on Mayegun's Political yesterday. Mayegun is raising funds, so I'm going to cross-platform with Mayegun as well. I have the details that is going to go through Mayegun, and those details will be posted onto the stream. And for those of you that may want to assist and render help, nothing is too small. We are over 1 million Southerners outside the country. Even if it is £1, if it is £5, if it is £10, if it is $1 that can go into the PayPal account that Maegun has managed to set aside for that our sister will be very much appreciated. Those coming from this platform, I said I will give you guys code, and that code, when that information is posted, is FOB. That is the initials of my name, and Maegun will automatically know that those contributions were coming from this platform, and Maegun, at the end of it, when we are able to raise the total sum, can then wire the total sum to this our sister. When we finished, and if we're able to help this our sister, we will make her identity known to you. But for now, we want to keep it, and she's probably will be flabbergasted, but we need to help this sister. I will post it. So extant, let's go back. Extant. Extant. See? Extant. The company still surviving. Not that it is not surviving. It is surviving, and it is still trading. The fourth one, the fourth order that Dakwakbara submitted in his summons to the court. An order for payment to the claimants. Dakwakbara, don't forget, Dakwakbara is the claimant. So there is an order for payment to the claimants by the defendants. Dakwakbara, the claimants, the defendant, Alpha Beta. So that order is to say all sums are judged to be due to Dakwakbara on the submission of the accounts, and payment of 10% interest on the sums adjudged to him must be paid. So, Dakwakbara owned 30% stake in Alpha Beta. So in return, 10% of everything that Alpha Beta makes out of that consulting, collecting taxes in Lagos, 10% must be paid back to him. That is a lot of money. You guys. Yeah. Everybody's listening attentively. Yes. And see. Yeah. You're listening attentively. I'm trying to pick up. Thank you, Oshatola, for that. I saw you the other time. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you. See, when I said to you the world is run in code and in symbols. See? Look at that. Alpha, beta. trying to adjust my camera for you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to adjust that camera. Yeah, I'm back. I've adjusted that camera. And of course you can see behind me all the multifarious activities that has bedeviled your country for the last 60 odd years. Nothing to be proud of. Okay, so 10%. 10 solid percent is what should be paid back to Dakwapara as the initiator, the man whose model of business was presented to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That, oh, maybe Dakwapara must have said, Oga, this is a clever way of making quick money. Look at this business module. It is fantastic. You know, we can quickly make this. Calculated it. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu saw it. And then said, don't forget, Bola Ahmed Tinubu equally worked as an accountant with Mobile Oil. Oh yes. Make no mistakes. He was at Mobile those days. Let us go a bit deeper. Because if we go a bit deeper, you will see something. Now, alpha, beta. Remember, I said to you, the world is run in symbols and in code. And a lot don't know that the world is run in symbols and in code. A lot don't know. But because a lot of people fail to see that light, that it is all about symbols and in code, that's why you have that alpha and beta. But what is alpha? Why did Dakwapara came up with the name, or the group came up with the name Alpha Beta? That sign for Alpha Beta, let me show you. This is it. Let me show you once again. Alpha, beta. What is alpha? What is beta? Do you want me to tell you? Let's look into alpha, because that is the real McCoy. Alpha. See, in the Bible, in the Holy Bible, Alpha, Omega. Alpha, the ultimate, the beginning. Omega, the end. What starts must end. So, alpha simply refers to a dominant person, somebody who is domineering, or their behavior is domineering, especially with respect to socially person that is aggressive, hyper masculine men, alpha. Yeah. Did you get that? Alpha simply refers to someone who is domineering, dominant person, or somebody whose behavior is domineering. Can you see that in Bola Ahmed Tinubu? He's dominated the entire political scene. That was why in 2015 they used that, himself and Muhammadu Buhari used that alpha, the alpha beta template, to deceive Nigerians that they've got the tax template in Lagos that they will bring to the federal when they subsequently topple Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. That template was a fraud. It was a fraudulent template. Now, I'm not making this up, because when I speak to you, I want you also to help yourselves. And I will indulge all of you to please Google, what does it mean to be an alpha? Google it. What does it mean to be an alpha? I'm going to carry on. But before I carry on, I'm going to pin down that details that I want to send to you regarding the plea from this platform, and to which Maigwanai wants to help our sister who is in United Arab Emirates. Sorry guys, I'm opening the wrong. I just hope that I manage to grab it in here. Can it be under live stream? Yeah, I think it should be here. No, it is not here either. Okay, let me see this. Yeah, I found it. I found it, and what I am going to do is to do this. Matthew Olaiwala, thank you. Thank you for that, Matthew Olaiwala. Thank you. Okay, let me copy that. I know I've exhausted my system since morning, and I've got got too many powerful programs running simultaneously at the same time. Yeah. Okay, now that is it. I'm going to leave that on in case I need to repeat it. So, guys, I'm going to paste. Yeah, I'm going to paste it and I'm going to send it to you. Now, that is the PayPal account that Mayegun's Diary Political put up in reference to our sister in the United Arab Emirates, and for us to identify where all the sources are coming from. There is a reference point there, which is FOB. And if Maegun sees FOB as reference, he knows that is coming from this platform to help our sister. We need to raise at least £2,500 to help our southern sister who is in need in United Arab Emirates. Guys, I will indulge you. I'm going to speak to a few number of people to equally help as well with some cash, no matter how small. But I know we can do it, and I know we can pull our resources together between now and next week, Friday. Guys, you have the details. Olakunle Michael Oladoyin, good afternoon to you, or good evening. You have the details. I will continue to paste that onto the stream continuously. That's our target. 2.5. We can do it. Let me tell you, had it been those days when before COVID-19 or whatever, that should have been something I should have. I'll probably say, look, Jocelyn, don't bother yourself, and I'll just give it to her. But there is always something in the acts of giving. Let's carry on. So I stopped and I said, Google it. What does it mean to be an alpha? And you will be stunned at what you will get if you Google what does it mean to be an alpha. Okay, what about beta? See, we've got alpha and we've got beta. Alpha, beta, the consulting firm that Dakwapara presented the business module to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to open Bola Ahmed Tinubu's eyes on how they can milk Lagos of its taxes. Because alpha is someone who is domineering. What about beta? Beta is a measure of a stocks, the stock exchange. Beta is a measure of a stock's volatility in relation to the overall market. So the higher the risk an investor takes in stock, the higher the remuneration. So beta is about money making. In other words, did you get that? Beta, alpha, beta. Beta is about money making. Beta is used as a measure of risk and is an integral part, is a key component part of the capital asset pricing model called CAPM. See? Oh dear. Oh dear. God help us. You see the fraud? So now, the other gangs in the partnership agreement, they've now decided that at least they want to push Dakwakbara to one side, that his services is no longer required. And that is why Dakwakbara is now fighting. He wants to put up a fight back. And that battle is in the law court. Yeah. The battle is in the law court. Make no mistakes. That battle is not just only going to be a physical battle, because spiritual battle, warfare will be engaged as well. Knowing fully well who we are as Yorubas. See, last week, I hosted the Yoruba World Congress officials. Almost this same time last week, we started. The show was on Facebook. And I remembered vividly. That I asked one of them a very simple question. To which they struggled to answer. It was a very difficult question. And I have my reasons for asking that particular question, because I can see and I can smell problems coming. I asked and I said, the Yoruba people, are we a difficult race to manage? I asked them, the Yoruba people, are we a difficult race to manage? At the end of the show, they said, boy, my bullet, that question came surprisingly, and that they were not expecting such tough question. They struggle. But they don't know exactly the angle to which I was coming from. Are we a difficult race to manage? let's go back into our past. See, the same Yoruba tribe that should have thrived and be successful, you find out that they are scattered, they are disorganized, and they are betrayals. They are what? Betrayals. And they know exactly, I know what I am talking about. Many of those leaders, they do. But because those leaders' hands are soiled, none of them are clean, for your information. None of those leaders are clean. Thank you, Matthew Olaiwola. None of them are clean. They are not clean. None of them are clean. And I challenge any of them to come prove me wrong. Many of them, they've dined with people that they were not supposed to dine with. Many Yoruba people, they kill, they slaughter. Politicians in southern Nigeria, killing using human blood to rob their bodies for spiritual power so they can dominate. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Those politicians in Yoruba land that must have used day-old babies' blood to have their birth, they know themselves. They know themselves. They know. Yeah. They know themselves. I'm not going to mention their names. But heaven knows they know themselves. And they know themselves. Resources that ought to must have been used to better the lots of the people, some people will confiscate those resources into their individual pockets. Bola Tinubu ruled Lagos for 2 terms of 8 years. What can he showcase as leader? Benga Daniels ruled Ogun State for a two-term period of 8 years. Please tell me one single facilities or infrastructural development in the entire Ogun State that Benga Daniel constructed. But you go to Ogun State, you will find his luxurious hotel. Matthew Olaiwola. You said E.G. Olusegun Obasanjo. See, we're coming there. Thank you. Ishola Olalekan. What? 20 years. These people, they fail to give you good governance. All you get, look behind me. Look behind me. That's what you get. That is exactly what you get behind me. Yeah, Oshoba too. Olusegun Oshoba too. They are all. See, when I see the whole problem of disunity, stabbing, and the inability for the Yoruba people to love themselves. I have been preaching love because the Yorubas, they don't know what love is, man. They don't. They don't know. They don't know. And that is my biggest problem. Because the same disunity, the same way the Yorubas, they've been stabbing themselves in the back, pre-independence, post-independence, and now is exactly what is happening. And I'm going to tell you. Within the Yoruba World Congress, some people are agitating, oh, the Yoruba World Congress took the Yoruba World Congress took the agitation to the UNPO. I beg your pardon, UNPO. You've not taken it to the United Nations. You said you took it to the UNPO. How many nations have gotten independence from the UNPO? Unrepresented nations. Some people are using UNPO as a weapon to say, oh, UNPO will fight for our interest. You are wasting your time. Did you get me? You are wasting your time. UNPO will not fight your cause for you. UNPO is not United Nations. They don't have the power. UNPO does not have the power to break up Nigeria. They don't have the power to break up any nation. They cannot negotiate your interest. They can't. The UN Security Council can make things happen. Stop fooling yourselves with UNPO. Stop fooling yourselves with UNPO. What is UNPO? UNPO is just a charity organization. They're not United Nations affiliation. And inside Yoruba World Congress, loads of backstabbing. Loads of backstabbing. Is it just the Yoruba World Congress that is agitating? No. There are other groups agitating as well, to which I'm not going to go into them. I knew this problem will come up. I smelt it. I saw it. The whole agitation is a mess. Some people, I was listening to Koiki Media this morning, saying, oh, they've got a different flag. Bukky Taiwo rang in. I made my contribution because there too on Koiki's show, some people were trying to twist information. Abiola was a good man. Abiola was one of those people that plunged Nigeria into mess. Make no mistakes. Like I made it known. We don't have to go into that. I tell you something, rather than unite, rather than for all the leaders to unite, they are busy pointing fingers at one another. Your enemies, the Fulanis, they are happy that you are in disarray and you are not in unison. The Yoruba sellout, those that does not want Nigeria to break, the Tifnumbus, those ones that created Alpha Beta, who still think that it will be their turn in 2023, are laughing at all of you. Yes, Matthew Olaiwala. Yes. See, God works in mysterious circumstances. You see the way God took out Abiola Ajimobi in mysterious circumstances. Jacob Stephen, you said, why am I saying this now? That I shouldn't discourage those who made the move to register Yoruba as an unrepresented nation. My problem, Jacob Stephen, my problem is the mere fact that the Yoruba World Congress, let me tell you, the Yoruba World Congress are in disarray at the moment, they are in a mess. Some information I cannot disclose. I know exactly what I am talking about. There is a tape that is currently in my possession now. That tape is very scary. Between those groups inside Yoruba World Congress. I had a rapport with Professor Banji Akitoye 3 days ago. I knew exactly some of the points that I personally raised with Professor Banji Akitoye. Because I told Professor Banji Akitoye, I said, Prof, this was how I put the case. Prof, I'm a street man. I know what goes on in the street. And I know what goes on behind the corridors of powers. And to top it all, I am blessed by God with an inner eye. And my inner eye can gaze through things, even if it is Nigeria. Prof said, Oshemome, thank you, my son. I knew exactly what I discussed with Professor Banji Akitoye, to which I'm not ready to reveal anything, because different people within the Yoruba World Congress, they present so many different conflicting things to Professor Banji Akitoye, and I'm not that type. And I'm not the type of human being that will crawl to beg people for favors. No, I don't beg for favors. Not in my life. People want my own favor. Like I always say, my hands are blessed by God. My hands are blessed by the spiritual source of all creation. That's why I don't beg. Some of the key stakeholders, superpower people in Nigeria, I know exactly what's been going on, and I've been shutting down a handful of them. Calls coming on my phone from stakeholders holding Nigeria together. Narada Franklin, good afternoon to you. The Yoruba World Congress, I'm making it, and I'm challenging all of them, because you guys don't know exactly what is going on. They know exactly what I am talking about, and that is why I am crazy. I'm not going to say much for now. I'm going to wait, and I'm still going to wait, and I continue to monitor them, but they don't know how I am monitoring them. But one day, I will expose the shit hell out of them. I will. The whole thing is, the whole agitation for a Yoruba nation is a mess right now. And that is not the way to go about an agitation. And I've been saying it, and I've been warning through my show. Pull yourselves together. Please, leaders, pull yourselves together. Gani Adams says, oh, we know how we talk to ourselves at the top. They know how they talk to themselves at the top. What exactly have they done in preparation for that Yoruba nation? What sorts of documents were they preparing? What are their preparations? Nothing. Yes, it is good to always motivate and then mobilize. At the end of the day, your independence was negotiated through dialogue and negotiations and presentations to the British people, to the British Parliament, intellectual arguments. What sort of intellectual arguments are they preparing from the Yoruba World Congress headquarters in Nigeria? Yoruba World Congress in Nigeria that is not even registered. And they don't have officers. And some officers are only pouncing on those in the UK. They are not minding their own business and what they have to do in Nigeria. Nigeria is big. They can easily poke their own affairs and fight the government of the day and not those that are abroad. Yes, it is the same device. Maybe I might have to get myself a different streaming mic that my sound will be going through rather than using the other system. Let me check the audio to make sure that I've still got the, yeah, it is still there. It is the same system. Yeah. Yeah. I think so, yes. I think there's been a problem with that delay in transmission. But otherwise, everything is streaming perfectly well from YouTube. There's no stress, there's no pressure. Thank you, Narada Franklin. You replied Jocelyn Noah that Jocelyn should know that Mr. Frank Bello is not discouraging any part of the agitations, but he's 100% correct about the UNPO. The truth of the matter is that the UNPO is a mere NGO. Thank you. Thank you, Narada. Thank you, Narada. Thank you. Well, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if Nigerian government is attacking my system. I'm not too sure if they're doing that. Maybe what I'm going to do, because I've got a lot to still say to you, is just 1 hour 43 minutes on this streaming. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to work on, because I've still got a lot. I've still got a lot. It is 25 past 5 o'clock. Yeah, it is 25 past 5 o'clock. I will be back. I promise, I will be back. I'm going to go through my system. I'm going to see whether there's a clash between the virtual camera and the NDI plugin. and I'll go back into the settings. Narada Franklin. All right, guys. Uh, is it possible for us to? Can someone advise? Is Nnamdi Kanu streaming today, Saturday? I doubt it. If he's not streaming today, because I know his shows usually start at 7 o'clock every day. If Nnamdi Kanu is not streaming, guys, please let us reassemble back at 7 p.m. London time. He'll be streaming on Sunday. Oh, thank you for that, Jocelyn. So I won't be bothered because I want to listen to his show as well. That's why I don't want to have a clash with Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah. So guys, let us reassemble ourselves back at 7 o'clock London time, and I'm going to work the on the audio. It could be that the audio from the yeah, it could be a clash from the audio of this device that is clashing with my. I've actually taken off the audio from the camera. That audio could be the problem. Yeah, I've taken off that audio, and let me see if if this audio will pick up this one this time around. I'm going to test it. It could be. Yeah, let me. My streaming. Okay, here we are. It is back up. Okay. Now let me see this now. Now I'm going to test this now, and yeah, I'm going to test this to see if there is no crack in this volume. Okay, it is cracking. This is cracking. Let me try. Okay, let me go back into the default, and let us see if that is okay. Yeah, the default seems to work perfectly well. Yeah, the yeah, yeah, I'm going to work on that, guys, and I'm going to go back onto the settings on the back of the system. And what I'm going to do equally as well, what I'm going to do equally as well, yeah, I know there's a delay. Well, yeah, what I'm going to do equally as well is to carry out certain checks. Maybe the system is too hot and that's why. So I'll have to shut the system down and then just for the system to cool down a little bit, and then we come back at no, let's make it, guys, let's make it 7:30 so that I can grab myself some coffee and some light refreshment, and we do it back again because there are some stuff that we still have to go through, guys. Please don't forget, I clicked and I'm still going to remind you guys on the help that we want to render to our dear southern sister who is in United Arab Emirates, who needed our help so badly. So, guys, we will meet. Let's reassemble back at 7:30 London time, and I'll be here. And I must have adjusted everything, and we'll stream again. And then we will put today's stream to an end, and I will tell you a lot more about some other stuff, especially about this agitation. There's a lot more that we have to tackle out. I will tell you. Until that time, take good care of yourselves and peace. Thank you for watching the show. It's been my greatest pleasure. Have a great day. God bless you. Goodbye.